Basketball recruiting note. Baylor has emerged as a front runner to land Duke transfer Jeremy Roach. Yeah, it's big. Yes. Just saw that from Goodman, who's pretty accurate usually.
Nissan, innovation for excitement. Here's your host, the voice of the Baylor Bears, John Morris.
Welcome. It's the Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco on this Thursday evening. We do appreciate you being with us this evening. It'll be a fun hour. First, we'll talk track.
Coach, Baylor hosting the Michael Johnson Invitational coming up on Friday and Saturday with a legend in the house also in Annie Rhodes Johnigan. Then we'll talk acrobatics and tumbling with the legend herself, Alicia Mulkey, headed into the Nationals coming up next week in Fairmont, West Virginia. So that's our hour, and we'll begin with Coach Michael Ford right after this on the Baylor Coaches Show.
I hate my job,
but I don't mind getting up in the morning.
I dread each day,
but I can't wait to get out of bed.
You ask me why,
and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Salsa drap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue.
Are you ready to elevate your Waco experience to a whole new level? Look no further than the Baylor Club, where you can indulge in one-of-a-kind luxury and unwind in our exclusive lounge area. Located in the heart of McLean Stadium, this elite club offers a 5-star member atmosphere for all your work and play needs. With a master culinary team and outstanding hospitality, we take pampering to a whole new level. For interest in membership or to schedule your next private event, call 254-710-8080.
Baylor Plus is the home for Baylor basketball fans all season long.
I don't sleep on game days because I'm too excited.
Go behind closed doors and experience Baylor basketball like never before.
I came to coach in top 5 matchups.
We're going to turn the tide on them. Do we got them?
Start your free 7-day trial at BaylorPlus.com and gain instant access to the full library of content.
For a limited time, get high-performance, ultra-reliable internet from Astound Broadband, starting as low as $25 per month. And now we have mobile, too. Visit Astound.com to order the #1 rated internet. Create the perfect plan with fast speeds to meet all your needs, plus get a 2-year price lock when you upgrade to award-winning gig internet. No contracts, no hidden monthly fees, and no data caps. Switch today. Head to Astound.com or call 1-800-4ASTOUND. Restrictions apply. See website for details.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Live from Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show this evening. Folks, join me in welcoming Michael Ford, Baylor's track and field coach, with us tonight. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. This is my 3rd time this year.
Yeah,
so,
how about that?
Yeah. Are you going to bring me back for Big 12s?
If you'd like, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that too.
We're here every Thursday, so you just come on anytime you'd like.
Can't come on that Thursday, though.
Not that Thursday.
Oh, yeah, not that Thursday.
We're glad you're here. And good timing, the Michael Johnson Invitational this weekend. Looks like a big field. Who all's going to be here this week?
We have 25 schools. I don't know all of them, but I'm looking forward to it. We have, of course, in our conference, we have TCU, we have Oklahoma State, former Big 12 school Nebraska. They're at the meet. Who else? Northern Illinois. Illinois State. We have a lot of schools.
Right.
Looking for UTA, I believe North Texas. So we have a lot of schools, and then we have some post-collegiate athletes competing too.
And this is the second. You were supposed to have 3 regular season meets. One of those got canceled by weather, but the second one you've held, and this is the big one. I mean, this is the one you sort of point toward as your biggest home meet of the year.
Yeah, and I think that's why we have 25 schools, because usually the weather is really nice, and at this time of the year, at least in Waco. So this is our big one. We have one more tune-up before Big 12s, and we'll see what we can do.
And hosting the Big 12s this year in Waco. That's big.
Yeah, new track. hosting. To see Texas leave and Oklahoma leave at the end, so it's a good feeling.
Yeah, pretty cool. How about you mentioned the schedule and weather, and weather's always a factor. Looks like weather could be a factor with your schedule on Saturday.
Yeah, I've had all the meteorologists between Baylor and every news station in Waco telling me that, hey, Saturday is going to be bad, but I'll wait till God tells me otherwise.
It's good.
Yeah, we haven't really had too many bad weather meets since I've been the head coach, so I don't expect that this year. So I'm just going to say a nice prayer on Friday night after our first round, and then get ready for Saturday. But we did, looking at the forecast, on a serious note, we did look at the forecast. My main concern is mostly like lightning.
Okay.
I don't worry about the rain.
Yeah.
We can run in the rain. We can compete in the rain. But the lightning with the delays. So I think the big thing for us was we actually moved the meet up like an extra 30 minutes because we're thinking we'll have a window. And I think it should, as they tell me, that it may pour down around like 5:30. Hopefully we'll be done by 5 o'clock.
Ooh, that'd be nice, yeah. So normally, or the regular schedule, you were starting at 11 on Friday and Saturday. So you move that up 30 minutes?
Yeah, so Friday will stay the same.
Okay.
The field events start at 11 o'clock. The running events start at 5:30.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, we moved from 1:30 to 1 o'clock for the running events, so the field events stayed the same.
Gotcha. Very good. And you'll recognize your seniors prior to the events on Saturday. Does that move up a little bit also?
No, we got them going at 10:30, so
okay.
it won't affect them. We wanted to, honestly, with our seniors, we wanted to promote our seniors. So we didn't want to have any of the field events going on or any of the running events. So we wanted to promote our seniors and celebrate their 4 years or 2 years or 1 year at Baylor. We wanted to promote them then.
You've got a bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch of seniors.
Yeah, a lot of COVID seniors, and and we have some 4-year seniors, and so just to recognize them, I think, is a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this cycle, the COVID cycle, about to run out of the student athletes with the extra years?
Yeah, like for us, for at least for track, we have one more year of COVID for indoor season, but not outdoor season.
Okay.
So they would have an indoor season, but not an outdoor season.
Right. All right. The list that Colin gave me, Colin Pirtle, was 25 seniors.
Yes.
That's a bunch. I mean, that's a bigger number
than
normal, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm still learning a lot of their names.
Yeah.
So.
You and me. So I recorded the senior intros that will play on Saturday morning. So shout out to Colin Pirtle. He was huge helping me with those names.
Yeah.
Not just the student athletes, but then their parents and brothers and sisters and everybody that'll be with them. So couldn't have done it without Colin.
Yeah. They'll take up the whole 100 meters on the straightaway.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
What's the schedule look like on Friday? Things get going on Friday.
Well, Friday, our first field event will be the weight throw or the hammer. And then the running events, we start at 5:30. We'll start with the 400 hurdles, and then the 200, the 1,500, and then we'll end it with the 5K.
Okay.
And then we also have long jump too. So if you like long jump, to come out and watch long jump. And then we also have pole vault too. So that'll be great.
Very cool. So all that going on Friday. And weather-wise, everything should be fine on Friday,
It looks
right?
good. I think the wind's going to be coming from the north.
Yeah.
So we'll actually run to the finish line, our common finish line. We'll run there. So I think that'll be good because normally when the wind's blowing right now, it's coming from the south.
Right.
We normally have to run everything to the backside. But now we'll be able to run to the home side, and I think it'll be good for the fans to see that.
That's cool. Yeah, that's great. And it was hot today. What was practice like? It was 90 degrees today.
Hot and humid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't used to it. So.
No, it's just starting to hit. But I don't think it's supposed to be that way. I think the wind's changing around.
Yeah, the wind will change around. You can kind of see it a little bit coming today, but it was very hot, very muggy today. I didn't like it today.
Is that good training weather or not?
Very good training weather. Just got to hydrate a little bit longer.
Right.
But I'm used to it in the summer, but not in April. Yeah.
On April 18th,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Michael Ford is with us, Baylor track and field coach. The Michael Johnson Invitational is coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday at Clyde Hart Track and Field Stadium. We'll take a break, be back with Coach Ford in just a moment, including your questions from the audience. So get those ready for Coach Ford, and we'll be right back live from Rudy's.
Baylor alumni are more than 100,000 strong. When we all join hands to support our university, we don't just move the needle, we move mountains. Working together, we create life-changing opportunities for students on the field, in the classroom, in the laboratory, and in life for generations to come. So get connected. Get involved. Learn how at Baylor.edu/alumni.
I hate my job,
but I don't mind getting up in the morning.
I dread each day,
but I can't wait to get out of bed.
You ask me why,
and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Salsa drap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue. Next in line.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cup Club, presented by Green Eye Associates, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today and sick 'em Bears.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco. Thanks to our host here at Rudy's. Rudy's a proud sponsor of Baylor Track and Field and Acrobatics and Tumbling. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. I saw Crystal is here. Thanks to Crystal. I saw Raul is here also, and we appreciate our hosts every week at Rudy's. Continuing with Coach Michael Ford, Baylor Track and Field. Talked about the Michael Johnson Invitational. I always get this question every year. Do you have people ask you, is Michael going to be here for the Michael Johnson Invitational?
Every year.
You do, don't you?
Every year I get it. Like you named the meet after him, he should be here.
It's a fair question.
It is a fair question.
Yeah.
He'll actually be in Europe. I
Right.
believe that because starting the Diamond League track meets are starting up and down, so he does a lot for BBC.
Yeah.
So he'll be in Europe during Michael Johnson.
Not in Waco.
Yeah, not in Waco. Last year, this happened to be a blessing that he was able to come, and we were able to recognize him. Just because, like you said, it's the Michael Johnson track meet, but we never recognized him as a legend until then.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was perfect. And if he was available, if he was around, he would probably try to be here.
Yeah, I still has family in Dallas, in the Dallas area too. So, and he loves the track meet, and now he can just watch the track meet.
Yeah,
and then we can talk about things like that. But it was awesome last year to have him there, him and Jeremy Warner and Skylar White to be back last year. But yeah.
Speaking of which, those were your legends last year.
Yes.
Let everybody know who your legend is to be recognized this year.
Well, we have a legend. She's actually in the house.
She is?
Annie Rose John again.
Yeah,
Annie. All-American for us in the pole vault. Also school record holder in the pole vault. Everything.
Yeah.
I actually got the chance to coach her a little bit.
You coached the pole vault?
Yeah, no, I didn't coach the pole vault. I just coached her speed. But it was just awesome to have her here. And then when I was deciding on who to recognize, she was the one that popped in my head first.
That's
great. She meant a lot of. She meant everything for the program. She actually started our program. I think she started our pole vault program where it's at going right now.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to recognize her and thank her for everything.
Very cool. Annie, congratulations. That's great. That'll be fun. Annie's here with Zach and Brooks. They're 1-year-olds, so that's cool. And Gary Rhodes is here also at Rudy's. That really did, as good as she was, did that help you recruit some other pole vaulters? And that position's really stable now.
Coach Richards has done an awesome job since Annie. And we have 2 young ones right now, Alencia Lentz and Molly Haywood. They're jumping out this building.
Yeah.
But I thought it started with Annie, and then it had Tuesday, and then now the 2 young ladies that we have now, the 2 freshmen that are doing amazing.
Yeah, really cool. So very good, good legacy there with Annie Rhodes Jonigan. How about, you mentioned the long jump that comes up tomorrow. Folks might want to make a point to come and watch the long jump to see Alexis Brown.
Yes, Alexis has had an awesome season. Last year, she sat out last year with the injury, with the extra bone that she talked about. But she All-American, first time going to indoor nationals, got 5th at the national championship, opened up the season. She had led the nation until last week, been 21 foot, over 21 foot, close to 22. Wow. She's qualified for the Olympic trials. And so she'll be jumping tomorrow, but she's been a godsend too. Very hard worker, and she's the one that probably could have gave up if she wanted to, but she's just very persistent and determined to be one of the best, and I think Coach Smith has done a great job with her, and I work a little bit with her too.
Yeah. So we had her for one of our Sick'em podcasts, and she told the story about she just had an issue with her foot, couldn't figure it out. Finally somebody figured out. One doctor said, you got an extra bone in your foot.
Yeah, it was just weird because she struggled at Florida with some injuries, and then she came here, and then she had a really good fall last year. First meet, she jumped well for it being out for almost 2 years, but then her ankle swelled up. We couldn't figure it out. Then we rested her. She jumped again, swole again, and then we're like, hey, there's something going on. Yeah. So we had a doctor down in the Austin area looked at it, said that she had an extra bone. She said, you can keep it. It's going to still bother you, or we can remove it, and we'll see how it works. And she decided that she wanted it to get removed, and everything else has been great since then. Yeah. But she does everything right. I mean, she goes to treatment. She does post-treatment, cool down, warm up, everything, and she just listens to the coaches too.
Yeah, what a story,
yeah,
and what a
awesome
comeback
story,
for her. So she'll be fun to watch. How about Nathaniel Ezekiel continues to do really well in the 400 hurdles?
Yeah, Nate had a really good opener last week down in Florida, broke our school record, even though it was his record already.
Rebroke it.
Yeah, rebroke it, broke it by 2/10. I think Nathaniel's ready to run maybe 47. Wow. If he can run 47 when it counts, he can make the finals at the Olympics. That's just what you need to do. He's actually not running the 400 hurdles this weekend. He'll just run the 4x4, just kind of give him a break and just train through it. But it was amazing to see him run that. And the 2 guys that are ahead of him nationally, they're in the other region. So they're in the east, and we're in the west. So he won't see them again until nationals.
Gotcha. Yeah. Very cool. So he's fun to watch his progress. How about Zaza? He continues to perform really well.
Yeah, Zaza won African champs, I guess, in March. And then last week he opened up for the first time at a collegiate meet and got second. And so he's going to throw. He'll be throwing this weekend also. And so I'm looking forward to have him throw. Last week he only took 3 throws. He's kind of been training through it. But I think he's ready to pop a good one at the home meet.
Which he can do.
Yeah, which he can do. He might hit the building.
Yeah,
he might
could
hit
possibly.
The building if they start,
That would be great. Distance crew has been doing really well for you?
Yeah. Coach Barnett and Coach Fregis, they've been doing a great job. Ellie Hodge has been running really well. And then we had a young lady, drawing a blank, Rachel
Hickey.
Rachel Hickey. She's been running well in the 8 and the 15, and so they're going to compete this weekend and get ready for one more meet after that, and then get ready for Big 12.
Yeah. You've got a married couple running on for you, don't you?
Yes.
That's a little unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, and they have a kid too.
And a child, yeah.
So, Ryan Hodge, dad was a pole vaulter for us
David
a
Hodge.
long time ago, and he's the owner of Gill Athletics, and so but he'll overrun, I believe, the 5 or the 15 this weekend, and the Ellie run also.
Yeah.
So it's all cool.
That's a really good story.
It's a really good story.
Yeah.
Both of them great families, and 2 great people.
Yeah. All right, and let's remind everyone, you have been selected to coach Team USA, the sprints in the Olympics coming up this summer. Congratulations again for that. That's a huge deal.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to being in Paris.
Yeah.
A lot of croissants. But I'm looking forward to it. I think just be able to represent Baylor for one, and then represent my hometown of Rochester, New York, and then also represent the U.S. is important. We have a great, we have the best track team in the world at the USA. So we're looking to bring home a lot of medals.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. 99 days from today.
99, yeah.
The Olympics start.
No problems, 99 days.
No problems, right. NBC hype machine is really getting into high gear when it hit 100 days yesterday. So they are promoting the heck out of it.
Definitely looking forward to the Olympics. I actually looking forward to a lot of other events, a lot of other sports. I love swimming too, so I'm looking forward to watching swimming too.
Do you know, you will have some time to kind of go see some other events while you're there?
I don't know, but I'll make the time. So
make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
And how does this split your time? Like when it gets time for the USA trials, how does that?
Well, honestly, they don't have to split because a lot of athletes for track have their own. They have their own personal coaches.
Gotcha.
We'll have a segment where we have our trials are about 10 days, but we have a 2 days of off days.
Mm-hmm.
So during the off days, whoever makes the team from the first week, they'll do their processing, and that's when I'll meet them then.
Okay.
And then we'll have the second portion of our track meet, and then we'll meet them at the end of it. I'll be in Eugene, Oregon for I think almost 2 weeks.
I bet.
Yeah.
Man, I am so proud for you. That is so cool to be selected for the USA coaching staff for the Olympics. That's great.
No, thank you.
All right, we got some questions from the audience. Let's take a break. We'll get to those when we come back. Visiting
Sounds
with
good.
Coach Michael Ford, Baylor track and field coach, USA track and field assistant coach for the Olympics this summer. Back live from Rudy's after this on the Baylor Coaches Show.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your neighbor, it means helping them with their new chainsaw carving hobby.
What do you think of this thing, eh? It's a bearfish birdman wood carving, if I've ever seen one. Oh, yeah, it is.
To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar.
Now watch this flip.
No, don't. You're gonna...
Cannonball!
Definitely nail it.
To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey.
Cooling seats? They don't have this in first class.
This is first class.
I can just...
You sure can.
And to you, the Tundra means... whoa. Test drive the Tundra at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
Introducing the Sick'em Podcast, a weekly storytelling podcast produced by Sport and Story, the content team behind Baylor Plus.
Hopefully people feel that I was approachable, but also that I knew the game.
Hosted by me, John Morris, the Sick'em Podcast features in-depth interviews with current and former student athletes and coaches.
As a coach, why you coach is to see other people happy and successful.
Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. Sick'em Bears. Are you ready to elevate your Waco experience to a whole new level? Look no further than the Baylor Club, where you can indulge in one-of-a-kind luxury and unwind in our exclusive lounge area. Located in the heart of McLean Stadium, this elite club offers a 5-star member atmosphere for all your work and play needs. With a master culinary team and outstanding hospitality, we take pampering to a whole new level. For interest in membership or to schedule your next private event, call 254-710-8080.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Time for our Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics health tip for the week. Don't let pain slow you down. We diagnose and treat sports-related injuries and provide orthopedic services for athletes and non-athletes alike. Visit a Baylor Scott and White Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Specialist and move like you used to. That applies to the sport we're talking about. Coach Michael Ford, Baylor track and field coach, our leadoff hitter tonight on the Coaches Show. And we got some good questions from the audience for you, okay? You ready for these?
I'm ready.
All right, this is our First Place Foods Ask the Coach. First Place Foods, that's a darn good pickle. Here's a question. With so many seniors leaving, how does that affect your team as a whole?
I think it's a good thing and a bad thing. I think we just, as Coach Feet knows, we just recruit all the time anyway. So we just has like a rotation. I think every senior is special in a certain way. And so they'll be missed, but we always got to keep on going to the next person and the next person. So I think for us it's just we want to celebrate them as much as we can, but we also know that we have our newbies coming in next year. So, and then we'll have another senior group leaving again. So it's a sad time, but it's also a fun time because we get to coach new people.
Yeah, that's great. And good to celebrate the seniors and recognize them like you do. Here's a question from Nova. Says, what's your favorite event to coach and why?
I don't know if I want to answer that question because if my athletes are listening, then they might be upset with me. But I would say
you used to be the sprint coach.
I used to be the sprint coach.
Now you're the head coach.
Now I'm the head coach, yeah. I think my favorite event to coach is actually probably the 200. So I'm in the middle of the 100 and the 400.
Right.
And honestly, I probably had more success in the 200. So, but I think it's a combination of speed and endurance.
Yeah.
And so that's why I like that event more. And and then indoor is only one lap. So I think of it as a 400 but I just like the speed. And then Michael Johnson made it famous when he wore his gold shoes at the Olympics when he won the 200 and broke the world record.
Very cool. Did you run any 200s when you were here?
Coach R didn't believe in running us in the 200.
Really?
Just 400 and 4x4.
Just the 4?
Just 400 and 4x4. That's it. Yeah. I think
Except
I might have ran.
Michael.
I ran maybe 2 in college, and then we ran a lot of 4x2s. We did run some 4x2s.
Okay. Did you ask him to run the open 200?
Yeah, but it was too close to the 4x4. So,
of course.
Yeah, the 4x4, we had to run the 4x4.
Yeah.
I ran the 4x4 every week.
It is a tough double.
It is.
Doing the 2
very
and 4.
tough double.
Yeah.
Very tough double.
All right, very good. Good question. Steve Van Wagner is right here, and Steve says, how much of a person's speed is innate as opposed to training?
I think it helps a lot. I think God gives a lot of people ability to run fast, and it's up to the coach to refine that ability to run even faster. So you definitely have to have the ability that God gave you to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Good question, Steve. Thanks for that. A couple of recruiting questions. Roy is right here, front and center. Are you working the meets this weekend? All right, Roy will be out there working. He says, as usual, my question is about recruiting. Any surprises coming that you can talk about?
Well, I can pretty talk.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
I'm not going to get myself in trouble. We're still recruiting at this point right now. We're looking to sign some 400-meter runners on the lady side and on the men. Most of our incoming freshmen, they're actually competing this week. They have the regional championships in the state of Texas, so all of them actually have made it to regionals, and I expect all of them to be at state in 2 weeks. And but most of those young ladies and young men, they're more 100, 200 types. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we actually have a thrower coming in from South Africa, and he'll be throwing for us next year. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. And he should be here in the summer to go to summer school.
Good question. Thanks, Roy. Similar question. Bob Barrett is right back there. Bob says, what's the hardest event for Baylor to recruit for?
Good question. I would say probably in the distance. The distance is probably the hardest right now just because, one, our conference is really heavy in distance with the schools that are in our conference, and we haven't had a lot of success in the past in distance in the last few years. And so now we're trying to build our distance program back up. So I think that's probably the hardest area to recruit. We've had good sprinters, of course, and we've had good throwers the last few years in the jumps, in the pole vault. So those aren't areas that we are too concerned about. But one of the commitments I wanted to do when I got hired was to put more emphasis on our distance program also. So that's probably right now the hardest part right now.
Yeah.
But Coach Barnett and Coach Fredericks are doing a good job on getting some good kids coming in for next year and of course, this past year.
All right, great questions. Thank you all very much for that. First Place Foods, Ask the Coach. First Place Foods, that's a darn good pickle. All right, as we wrap it up with you, again, the schedule competition starts tomorrow morning at 11. Mm-hmm. And Saturday right now starts at 10:30.
10:30 for the field events, and then 1 o'clock for the running events.
Okay, and running tomorrow at 5?
5:30.
5:30 tomorrow.
Yes.
All right, the Clyde Hart Track and Field Stadium, that's the place to be, and good luck.
Yes,
Hope the
I'm
weather.
looking forward to seeing Coach Hart.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hope the weather cooperates with you.
Yeah, I got his umbrella in my office, so he'll be okay.
That's great. Great to have you here. Thanks very much.
Thank you again, as always.
Michael Ford, Baylor's track and field coach, with us tonight to start things off tonight. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll turn the focus to acrobatics and tumbling. Felicia Mulkey joins us when we come back. Stay with us. It's the Baylor Coaches Show live from Rudy's.
Baylor Plus is the home for Baylor basketball fans all season long.
I don't sleep on game days because I'm too excited.
Go behind closed doors and experience Baylor basketball like never before.
I came to coach in top 5 matchups.
We're going to turn the tide on them. Do we got them?
Start your free 7-day trial at BaylorPlus.com and gain instant access to the full library of content.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
I hate my job,
but I don't mind getting up in the morning.
I dread each day,
but I can't wait to get out of bed.
You ask me why,
and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Sausage wrap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue. Next in line.
Looking to connect with Baylor alums in your area? Baylor Alumni can help. Looking to host a watch party in your city? Baylor Alumni can get you started. Want to step out in your community and serve with other alums? Baylor Alumni is your connection with the university and each other. Let's get started. Learn how at baylor.edu/alumni.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Show we're brought to you in part by the Baylor Club. Hey, Baylor fans, discover the perfect venue for your next event at the Baylor Club. Situated in the heart of the action at McLean Stadium, whether it's a wedding fundraiser or corporate event, they've got, that should be wedding, fundraiser, or corporate event. They've got the gourmet dining and views to make it memorable. That is the Baylor Club at McLean Stadium. And back live from Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show. Folks, join me in welcoming acrobatics and tumbling head coach Felicia Mulkey. Whoa, what a response.
I bring my own crowd.
You kind of do, but that's fun. And they've asked some questions also, which is fun when we get to that point.
I'm not surprised. Okay.
You are headed to Nationals next week in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Our significance of this is the first Baylor championship was won in this very gym. So we're excited to go back.
Good memories.
Yeah, it was great memories.
And you said you haven't been back there since then.
I don't think we've been back. I don't know if anybody's been here long enough. Shayla, did we ever go back? No, I don't think we've been back since we won there.
Yeah. That was 2015. Is that right?
15, yes.
Yes. Yeah, 2015.
Yeah, that's right.
So good memories going back there. Yeah, won over number 3 Oregon. It was April 25th, 2015.
Right.
Fairmont State is hosting, and when the seeds were announced this week, you're the number 1 seed. The 8th seed, who you'll face first, is Fairmont State. How about that?
It's great, and we get that late. They always let the home team, if they play and they're hosting, they get the late meet. So we get the late meet that day. So we like that.
Gotcha. Where do you feel like your team is reaching this point in the season?
I think we're in a good spot, and we haven't had that meet yet. That meet, that you want. So we have not peaked yet. And I think we're trending that way. So they're doing great.
That's good, right? That you won every meet, but you haven't had your best one yet.
Yes, and they're still, I think this team is really special. They're still working on themselves as a team, too. Not just, the skills are great, and we've still got some work to do with the skills, but they're still making sure that they're the best team in the country, not just the one with the best skills. So it sets them apart.
I love it. When you get to this part of the season, heading into the postseason, it's the NCAA National Championships. Is there anything different, or it's just you just want to keep going out there and doing what you've been doing and try to do it better.
Yeah, we've made some adjustments. Our goal is always just get a little bit better every day. And so we're going to continue to get a little bit better every day until we get to the championship. So we really didn't, we changed some things around, but I don't think changed anything more than if we would have had just another regular season meet.
Mm-hmm.
They work hard anyway, so we didn't really have to shift gears in that area. It was more of like, okay, let's just keep our foot on the gas. Let's just keep going.
That's good. And start values, does that change much, or is that pretty well set?
We went up actually a little in start value in the tumbling event,
okay.
And we're excited about that. And then in team event, I think we may have dropped in start value by 1/10, but we're going to make up for it in execution. So at some point as a coach, a coaching staff, you figure, where do you cut your losses, and where's that fulcrum point, right? And I think we're in a really good spot there.
Good. You have won now, I think the number's 35 consecutive meets. That's a pretty good streak you got going.
It's my age.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, Miss 35. But, you want to keep that going?
Yeah.
No concerns at all about, this streak's getting really up there.
I never know we're on a streak until you guys tell me.
It's probably best.
I don't know. Yeah. And I'm not superstitious. We don't allow superstitions on our team because you make your own luck. And so, we don't really think about that. I don't know if you guys think about it. I never think about it.
They say no.
Yeah.
Is Ms. Girl still around?
She is in the locker room, the team room. She still frightens me every once in a while. They'll change her clothes up sometimes or the wig that's on it, but no one is placing her secretly in the bathroom to catch you off guard. Don't do that. I know that's going to happen next week, but she's there. And, when we move over to I don't know if you guys know this, but when we move to the Farrell Center, we'll get where the men's locker room is, we'll utilize both men's and women's locker room this year until they clean, gut it and then make a big one for us. And there's actually a little window there for Miss Girl. So you guys will get to dress her up right there outside the men's locker room. I thought about all of you when we went over there. Yeah.
Right now it's a mannequin that has a basketball jersey on it. I mean, uniform on it.
Right.
But that's the new home of Miss Girl.
Yeah, she's going to be right out there for everybody to see.
Will she travel to West Virginia?
Not if I can help it.
Didn't somebody, a parent, drive her to Oregon?
A parent from another school heard you talking about it on ESPN. This was all your fault, John.
Yeah, thanks.
So heard John talking about it on the ESPN broadcast, and we brought Miss Girl ended up, because we talked about her here, and then she ended up at the meet that weekend, and she got on ESPN. She was peeking out from behind. Oh,
that's right.
And then a parent from another school offered to drive her from Texas to Oregon, and we were like, all right. So we did, and she was there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Great story. Emmy Nelson, I don't think she's here tonight, but she had a nosebleed at the championship and had to put on Miss Girl's jersey.
Oh.
So it all worked out in our favor. If Miss Girl hadn't been there, I don't know what we would have done.
Miss Girl came through in the clutch. That's great.
She came in clutch.
All right, very good. We're glad you're here, and it's always fun when you're here and most of your team is here, and they have sent some questions up here for you. So let's take a break, and we'll get to those questions from the audience when we come back, okay?
Perfect.
Coach Felicia Mulkey with us, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, the 8-time defending NCATA national champions, going for number 9 next week. We'll take a break and be back with Coach Fee right after this.
Are you ready to elevate your Waco experience to a whole new level? Look no further than the Baylor Club, where you can indulge in one-of-a-kind luxury and unwind in our exclusive lounge area. Located in the heart of McLean Stadium, this elite club offers a 5-star member atmosphere for all your work and play needs. With a master culinary team and outstanding hospitality, we take pampering to a whole new level. For interest in membership or to schedule your next private event, call 254-710-8080.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
I hate my job,
but I don't mind getting up in the morning
I dread each day.
But I can't wait to get out of bed.
You ask me why.
And what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Sausage wrap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue. Next in line.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Coaches Show brought to you in part by TFNB, your bank for life, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texans are making TFNB their bank for life by stopping by any one of their 5 locations or visiting tfnbtx.com and Sikkim Bears. And we continue with Coach Felicia Mulkey, Coach Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. Time for the First Place Foods. Ask the coach. First Place Foods.
That's a darn good pick.
That's right. You do that better than
that's
anybody.
my favorite line.
First Place Foods, that's a darn good pickle, and we got some darn good questions for you. Are you ready?
For it. Yeah.
All right, Roy is right here, and Roy says, tell us about Felicia's background, etc.
Well, I'm 35.
Which we covered earlier.
I grew up in Georgia. Southern girl at heart. I was a gymnast, and I spent time in cheerleading. I've been working in college athletics pretty much my entire adult life. Went from Georgia to the University of Oregon, where I helped start the sport and built the program there, and then came down here. I'm the baby of the family. I had an older brother who's passed away. But yeah, grew up on a dirt road. Grew up on a dirt road 5 miles long. I was 2.5 miles in. I can climb a tree, clean a deer, catch a catfish. If the zombie apocalypse happens, find me. We will live. Yeah,
nice.
We will live, yeah.
There it is in a capsule, Roy. That's good. And if you want more, we've got Fee coming up on a Sikkim podcast coming up in the next couple of weeks. And we kind of dove into Kennesaw State, Georgia, and all of that.
Not the deer cleaning, though. Not the
We did not cover that.
Okay,
no.
That's next time.
All right, very good. Good question, Roy. Thanks. Here's a question. Which uniform is your favorite?
I don't know. I just like for the team to like what they wear. So I never actually know what they're going to wear when I have to ask Treasure and she tells me. But I do love those new Volt with the sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys just look so strong. And I did find out other teams are getting those today, by the way. Trendsetters. I knew it. I knew it, yeah.
Other teams at Baylor?
Yeah, no.
Oh, other
across
schools.
the country. Trendsetters, hashtag,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Very good. All right, Bob Barrett is right back there. Bob says, who are the best athletes on campus?
The all acrobatics and tumbling athletes.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
They're
right.
the strongest.
That's a setup, Bob. That is true. Strongest athletes pound for pound on campus in any sport.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
It would be hard to choose from our team because they all specialize.
Right.
So, but they're all of them fantastic.
Good. Good question. All right. Novalicious asked, which meet do you think has been the most impactful for this year's team?
Oh, that's a good question. I maybe all of them have taught us something, I think, because we haven't had that meet yet. But it was really fun to watch the team come together against Gannon. And Oregon is always fun to go against Oregon and to go up there and you're in a hostile environment, so to speak. But the Gannon meet, just watching everybody kind of turn the corner and come together, that was, I don't know if it was for them, but for me that was impactful and I knew we were on the right track.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Question from Doris. How does officiating change for the Natty? There's a follow-up. Does officiating change?
It does. Which one of you are Doris? Okay.
Doris.
Okay, so just
Doris.
briefly, so at a normal meet, there's 3 officials, a head official and 2 execution officials. That one watch tops, 1 execution official watch bases. At the national championship, they add 2 execution officials. So during all of the heats leading up to team event, 2 top officials are watching the top. Their deductions are averaged and taken. 2 base officials watching the base group, averaged and taken. And then for team event, they drop those 2 extra officials off, and it's just the 3 that would normally watch it in a regular meet. It's done, and then those 2 extra officials become like line judges, making sure that nobody's stepping off the mat. Are we missing any kind of neutral penalty? And they do that to increase the accuracy at the championship. So if you notice that our scores are any lower, and they haven't really been in the past, but if you know that, there are 4 people looking at us during every heat rather than just, or up until team event rather than just 2.
Is that something you'd like to get to in the regular season with those additional judges, or do you not know?
It would be great, but we always in this world you think of the athletic director's brain, and you want to keep the budget,
Sure.
because if you have extra officials, you have to pay to bring them in, et cetera, and so we want to make it affordable for every school that adds it. So right now we just kind of lean into those 3.
Okay. Doris also asked, what's your favorite animal, and it can't be a domestic animal?
Oh man.
Cuts out your wiener dogs.
Gosh, I don't know. I like all animals. A bear? Yes, it's a bear. It's a bear. Particularly 2 baby bears that live on campus.
Indian Belle. We love the baby bears. All right, Doris, thank you. Bob Barrett comes back for another question. Who are the 2 most improved performers on this year's team?
Oh, wow. That's a great question, too. You always think of freshmen because they come in and you know what they can do, and then you kind of wait and see what they figure out they can do. So freshmen, I think, are all most improved. I would say Aaliyah Thomas, who we call Chibi, she has just stepped up to the plate in so many ways this year and has just continued. She improved all through last year, and then this year has just continued to improve and improve today. And I think all of our team does that. They get a little bit better every day, but Chibi got better today. Huh. So and I think everybody, I can't, there's too many of them. Who else, you guys? Who would be most improved outside of Chibi? Did Kristen McCain say me? Kristen McCain is most improved.
Way to go, Kristen. That's great.
V, did you say V? Oh, absolutely. I will say that. Vanelda Modé is, hello. She is also a fantastic tumbler. I don't know if she realizes she is, but it's fun to watch her every day. She's getting new skills every day, leading right up into the championship. Wow. So 100%. Yes, thank you guys. There's too many of you for me to remember.
It's a great question. All right, Bailey asked, how do you feel about UMHB getting a spot in the championships?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Which Bailey really? Was that you? Oh, yeah. Okay, this Bailey.
Okay.
I think it's fantastic. So for you guys who don't know, UMHB, Division III school down the road from here, is coached by 2 former Bears. Rafi Scotto and Drew Sliker has been assisting her, I think, in a volunteer basis. And they not only qualified for the national championship, but they qualified in 5th place for the national championship. So to put that in perspective, we're 1, Quinnipiac is 2, Gannon's 3, Oregon's 4, UMHB is 5.
Wow, that's
ahead
huge.
of Azusa Pacific and some schools that have been around. So I'm extremely proud of them, and they are deserving of it too. They look great.
That's great. You got to be proud of your former student athletes who are doing so well coaching.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Who else is there that we didn't mention? Azusa Pacific.
And Frostburg.
And Frostburg State.
Yep, and then we play Fairmont. So.
And you're against Fairmont. You win that one, you face off against the winner of Oregon and UMHB. Could be Baylor and UMHB in the second round.
Yeah, and I think the Oregon-UMHB meet will be good. Yeah, I feel like UMHB is a first-half team. They don't have the start values in tumbling that Oregon does, but their first half is really, really solid. So depending on what lead they have built up going in.
It's the 4 versus 5 seed. I know folks are filling out their brackets now for the NCAA National Championships. Do not bet on it. All right, another question. First Place Foods asks the coach, going into Natties, how do you feel about Baylor not seeing the number 2 seed in the regular season?
Well, I'm excited. I think our entire team is excited. If Quinnipiac makes it through and we see them in the championship, our team is ready for that. We tried to see Quinnipiac this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they didn't want to host us.
Did not work,
Yeah, so.
Was that the New York trip?
Yeah, we were going to do a little swing through. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm ready. I've been ready all year. Have y'all been ready all year? Yes.
I think we know how you feel about it now.
No, but, yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be a fun meet.
Very cool. Quinnipiac is the number 2 seed in the championships. Final question. First Place Foods asks the coach, is it time that we'll be seeing you in green and gold overalls at the Natties? I know where you can get a pair.
Yes, I heard the bookstore has them. It has been discussed. It would not be just me. The entire coaching staff has considered this potentially for event finals. So if it would make our team happy, then we would probably do it. Everyone else at the championship would hate us. But if you are happy, that's really all that matters. So.
Green and gold overalls.
Yeah, I think we'd rock it. What do you guys think? Yes, yeah. So,
that's great.
Okay.
You are trendsetters.
Yes.
So no telling
obviously.
what that would start.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Very good. Great questions. Thank you all very much. First Place Foods ask the coach. First Place Foods,
That's a darn good pickle.
That's a darn good pickle. All right, take a break and be back with Coach Felicia Mulkey right after this on the Baylor Coaches Show.
The Toyota Tundra's powerful, available iForce V6 engine means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To your neighbor, it means helping them with their new chainsaw carving hobby.
What do you think of this thing, eh? It's a bearfish birdman wood carving, if I've ever seen one. Oh, yeah, it is.
To your cousins, the Tundra means as they jump off the boat onto the sandbar.
Now watch this flip.
No, don't. You're gonna...
Cannonball!
Definitely nail it.
To your co-pilots, the Tundra means an extra comfortable journey.
Cooling seats? They don't have this in first class.
This is first class.
I can just...
You sure can.
And to you, the Tundra means... whoa. Test drive the Tundra at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at Toyota.com for feature availability.
For a limited time, get high-performance, ultra-reliable internet from Astound Broadband, starting as low as $25 per month. And now we have mobile, too. Visit Astound.com to order the #1 rated internet. Create the perfect plan with fast speeds to meet all your needs. Plus, get a 2-year price lock when you upgrade to award-winning gig internet. No contracts, no hidden monthly fees, and no data caps. Switch today. Head to Astound.com or call 1-800-4ASTOUND. Restrictions apply. See website for details.
I hate my job,
but I don't mind getting up in the morning.
I dread each day,
but I can't wait to get out of bed.
You ask me why,
and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Sausage wrap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue.
You're listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From Rudy's on the Baylor Coaches Show, thanks again to our host here at Rudy's Real Texas Barbecue. One final segment with Coach Felicia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, headed out to Fairmont, West Virginia next week, NCATA National Championships. All right, give our listeners and viewers and those here an update capsule of NCAA, emerging sports status, and new schools.
I'm so glad you said this, because today we announced LaSalle University out in Philadelphia as our next new university. So I don't know what number that puts us at. Maybe like
57?
57 currently sponsoring.
Okay.
So, you know, we had Notre Dame University in Ohio, not the Notre Dame, but Notre Dame, Ohio, had sponsored the sport, and their school actually closed the doors. So we're seeing like things like that happen. I think we're around 56, 57, but LaSalle was a great ad. I hear that there are some other schools in that region in their conference that are potentially looking. So our Division I contingent continues to grow.
Right.
We just finished the regular season. We had 40 plus schools competing in the regular season. And so what happens if 40 schools competed in the regular season with at least 6 meets with at least 18 people on their roster, then we will then kickstart NCAA legislation to become a championship sport.
Yeah.
And that is a process, and I don't completely understand the NCAA process sometimes, but within the next 12 to 24 months, we would then be officially an NCAA sport, which changes nothing except the logo on the trophy. And we'll gladly take that on our next trophy if they want to give it to us.
The blue dot, that's it.
The blue dot, and that legitimizes it for many people. And it's been not a lot will change with the sport at that time. I do think we'll see another big growth spurt when that happens. It's exciting times.
Really? So when you hit that NCAA, you think that will prompt other schools?
Well, what happens right now, we count in NCAA sports sponsorship. So we are an NCAA sport, but once we become a championship sport, we will count in the Learfield Directors Cup. Then schools can actually get points for the Learfield Directors Cup, which, believe it or not, is a draw for schools.
Oh, sure.
And then just having a championship sport on campus is good. So I do think, and I've heard many ADs say that. So,
wow. Yeah. And you talk about, every school that adds the sport, it's that many more opportunities for women to compete, in intercollegiate athletics.
At least 40 at each school that adds it. And I wish I knew the number. Janelle just did a big survey Janelle's the executive director for the NCATA. She just did a big survey of all of the schools, and the number, our student athlete number, is just huge.
Wow.
Because if you think about it, every school has this huge roster, and you look at us next to two other sports, and the athletes participating in it, it's pretty big. I'm not going to say it because I'll be completely wrong, but it's a good number.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, and the NCATA, aren't they so organized, and don't they do such a good job?
Yes.
And we'll see that again with the championships next week.
Yeah, Janelle Cook, and the beauty of the NCATA, it's truly grassroots. Started out to do the right thing for the right reason and create opportunities for women in collegiate athletics, and have continued every day. Every decision that's made is made with that in mind. What's best for a student athlete? Why are we doing this? And it's it's a bunch of part-time people volunteering their time, but they run it better than some big organizations. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, kudos to Janelle.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. Janelle's great. Well, congratulations on an undefeated regular season. 35 straight wins. We know you're 35 years old. And now going into the national championships next week. We hope you come home with championship number 9 in a row next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Felicia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling. The GOAT in the sport of acrobatics and tumbling. Take a final break. Be back to wrap things up right after this. Introducing the Sick'em Podcast, a weekly storytelling podcast produced by Sport and Story, the content team behind Baylor Plus.
Hopefully people feel that I was approachable, but also that I knew the game.
Hosted by me, John Morris, the Sick'em Podcast features in-depth interviews with current and former student athletes and coaches.
As a coach, why you coach is to see other people happy and successful.
Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. Sick'em Bears.
I hate my job,
but I don't mind getting up in the morning.
I dread
I think about 45 seconds, so I'll start you at 30. It's less than a minute.
You is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Sausage wrap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue. Next in line.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas
Yeah, about 40 seconds. So
Bank for Life. Sign up for Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
One minute.
Listening to the Baylor Coaches Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
On the Baylor Coaches Show tonight, thanks again to Michael Ford, Baylor Track and Field, and Felicia Mulkey, Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, our guest tonight. Big weekend ahead. Hopefully rain and weather cooperates. The Michael Johnson Invitational Baseball Home Series against Kansas, Softball Home Series against UCF. Football wraps up spring with the spring finale Saturday at noon at McLean Stadium. And soccer even gets in on the act. They have a spring meet coming up on Saturday afternoon. So a lot going on this weekend.
20.
And we'll be back next week with another edition of the Baylor Coaches Show. We'll be right back here at Rudy's. And we thank you for being with us tonight for the Baylor Coaches Show.
All right, John. Thanks, bud.
To the Baylor.
All right.